The Book Channel Online.
Hello, book lovers. I'm Stephanie Harris Byers. Welcome to the Book Channel Online. Today we're speaking with Maureen Asantewaa, author of 10th Year in the Sun. Welcome, Maureen. Tell us about 10th Year in the Sun.
10th Year in the Sun is a novel near and dear to my heart. It's my debut novel, inspired by my own journeys and a composite of the different people that I've met while living overseas and working abroad. It's a novel about four best friends and their promise to reunite. After a funny and wild girls trip, Adoma, the main character, spins her finger on the globe and says, "Ladies, 10 years from now, on this date, we are going to meet wherever my finger lands on the globe." And she spun the globe and her finger landed in the Seychelles, which is a remote group of islands off the coast of East Africa. And they all giggled and promised to meet in 10 years. And the novel is about their journey into womanhood and what happens between their promise and their reunion.
So is the story told in flashback and present?
Yes, it is. There's a lot of flashbacks. In fact, the beginning of the story, the prologue, starts almost at the end. It starts with Adoma basically realizing that the promise has come true and reflecting on her life and how much her life had changed in the 10 years and wondering who's gonna show up first and what's going to happen, and then reflecting on each of the characters and their different personalities. We've got Jenna, who is the perfectionist. She's an attorney. We have Maya, who is the idealist. She's really sweet, and a lot of things have happened in her life, and she grows from that. And then there's also Casey, the wild one.
There's always a wild one. The dichotomy of these women, any of them come from friends and people come across your path?
I would say some composite of people I've met. As a first-time writer, I did use some inspiration, and Adoma biographically is a lot like me, although we are separate people, even though it's hard for even my mom. She made the mistake and said something, and I was like, it's not me, it's Adoma. So yes, I was inspired by different friends in different situations, but it's all fiction.
So your mother figured you were telling on yourself.
Exactly.
Tell me about your pen name and where did that you draw your strength from?
Well, Asantewaa was the name of a queen mother, an Ashanti queen in Ghana, where I was born. And she's an inspirational figure in our Ghanaian history. At about the age of 60, when the British were invading Ghana, she took up arms to fight for her people. And she did this after the men would not fight. She gathered the women, and she and the women fought to save the Ashanti kingdom. Or tried to save the Ashanti kingdom from the British invasion. Obviously, we know what happened. But she never surrendered until they captured her daughter. And she went into exile with some other Ghanaian royalty into the Seychelles. So I just thought it was very ironic. I didn't even know this when I was writing my novel, and I had the destination be the Seychelles. So I feel a certain connection with Nanaya Asantewaa.
What did you do before, and how did you become a published writer?
Well, I worked in human resources before for many, many years. I'm older than I look. And my last position was actually with the State Department overseas. And in that position, I moved around a lot. I got to live and work in different countries. And I was head of deputy head of quite large departments. There's a lot of responsibility, but I couldn't ignore the fact that there was something deep inside of me, a book that just wanted to come out.
How long did it take you
to write the book? It took me about 6 months to write it, and then another 3 months to kind of revise it before it went off to an editor. And it took so long, I think, to revise it because I wrote kind of stream of consciousness and assisted a little bit with wine when it got time to make sense of the book, because I had the words, but it just didn't make sense. I was like, wow, I've got a lot of work to do.
What's next for you?
Well, I am trying to finish the sequel. I have most of it written. I just have to get it in a linear fashion to make it make sense. The sequel is it's a lot more probably traditional in terms of women's fiction. There's a lot more drama. I would say 10th Year in the Sun, for me, it was a very healing process to write it. It was very calming and smooth. You just have to be in the right mood. It's a book perfect for the beach. But then you've got the sequel, which I've decided to name A Year in the Wind. And that one is just when their lives are like, whoa, everything starts going topsy-turvy.
What's your favorite part of the writing process?
My favorite part of the writing process is when you just feel like everything is flowing. Like you don't know where it's coming from, but you're just typing. You're just going, or you're just writing.
What's your least favorite part?
Well, I'd say editing.
Congratulations. And we wish you continued success with your writing. And thank you for watching the Book Channel online. You can buy 10th Year in the Sun on QBR.com through our affiliate partnership with Amazon. I am Stephanie Harris Byers. Watch us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. As the pages turn, we'll see you next time on the Book Channel Online.
The Book Channel Online.